Hey everybody, Coach Troy here. Now this weekend I had the pleasure of driving over to good old Scotty, Eau Claire, Wisconsin for their semi-annual board game swap meet. Now this is my third time joining up. I ran into the lady who runs it, Brandy. Awesome person. I ran into her at a different board game swap meet and, she said, hey, we got one, we're not too far away, check us out. And I am super glad I did. First off, why am I glad? Because it's at the Brewing Project, an amazing brewery. Seriously, they have some of the best stouts you will ever have. And I love my stouts. Definitely check them out. But like I was saying, I was there for the board game swap meet. Now this is my third time going to that. And it is always a good time. While I'm there, I usually trade away or sell away a bunch of my stuff because, you got to make more shelf space so you can buy more crap, right? Yes, I know. I have a problem. But don't we all? There's definitely worse vices. Apple juice. But I like going there because I get to meet so many cool people. A lot of them aren't even from just the Eau Claire area. A lot of them actually came over for that event. So they're around the Midwest. That's saying something that so many people actually gather there just for this swap meet. But I met a bunch of awesome people, like the booth right next to me. They are definitely convincing me to check out some of the Dice Tower conventions. This is something I've always wanted to do, but I just haven't done. I've been doing all kinds of other traveling, I know. And, I'm a little bit spoiled with the traveling, but I still want to go to one of these conventions. But yeah, they're giving me the lowdown on that, talking about how much fun it is. Oh, they're definitely twisting my arm there. And they definitely had one of the most packed tables, all kinds of new games with all the expansions. Blows my mind. How do you have so much new stuff with all the expansions? I sold my Marvel Zombies because a buddy of mine went all in on that thing, and it completely took over his gaming shelf. But to do that for all of your games, oh, geez. I'm a base game player for the most part. I do some expansions, but most of the time, there's just so many games, so many expansions. How do you keep up? But there was also lots of older stuff as well. I always like old stuff. I've got my 3M collection, which, if you're of a certain age, you know what I'm talking about. I saw one guy got a pickup for a complete, very nice condition Hero Quest for $5. Man, do I wish I saw that. I would have scooped that up right away. But I didn't leave empty-handed. Oh no, there were a few things I did pick up. I traded for a King of New York, yeah. I know. I have King of Tokyo. I'm probably never going to actually play the King of New York. I just wanted to be able to be a T-Rex, all right? Don't you judge me. So yeah, I got this game just so that I could be the T-Rex character, because I play King of Tokyo all the time. It's one of my most played games, just because I can get everybody to play it, and it's always a good time. So I got this just for this guy right here. Next up, I'm always trying to get my girlfriend to play games with me. She's not so big on it, but there are some she does like. I can get her to play Catan, I can get her to play Lost Cities, and I can get her to play Splendor. So I figured I would up Splendor a little bit, and I grabbed Century Golem Edition. I figure this is enough like Splendor where she's gonna get the mechanics, and it looks just so pretty. So I'm hoping that this one will make it to the table more often than not. I do like Splendor, but I want to play something a little bit different, and I think this one right here is going to knock that one out. I traded Chronicles of Crime and Go Nuts for Donuts for those two. I think I did all right there. I may have come out, especially since I never really liked Chronicles of Crime, sadly. Which is strange because I love the murder mysteries. I love them a lot. I love them so much, in fact, that I grabbed Cold Case, A Pinch of Murder. I've done a bunch of these. I got reviews on all the different ones that I've done, from the Cold Case files, the Hunter Killer, which are really good. But I really like Cold Case. I only did one other one, but I liked it because it was just the paper. It wasn't all this other gimmicky stuff. It was just, you read this and you figure out who the killer is. Simple, done. There's like 3 questions to answer, but it's all right there, and you don't get lost in so much other stuff. And it was a good story, so I'm really hoping that this one also does. I know they did a couple more, but I say I've just done the one. I'm hoping this one is just as good. We'll see. Stay tuned for a review at some point. Who knows? $5 for that one? I ain't gonna complain. And lastly, what I picked up for $15. Super excited about this one. That is Abyss, the 5th year anniversary edition. Now this bad boy right here is a game that I've been wanting to play a bunch, and I have not gotten to the table yet. I just love the way this thing looks. I'm excited to try this one out. And I don't think it's too difficult, and I know how it does play doesn't really match like how it looks. It looks like it's going to be way more intense. And it's more like a card-driven game, I guess. I don't know. But I am super looking forward to playing this one. This one might be a top game for me. I'm excited. So that was my weekend of board gaming. Now, sadly, I wasn't able to stay there. They always do an event because it's hosted by the Eau Claire board game group. If you are around that area, check those guys out. They're super friendly, super nice. Eau Claire Board Game Club. Board game group, board game club. I don't know. Just Eau Claire board games, you're going to find them, all right? Check them out. Let's say Brandy, the lady running that, she is awesome people, super, super nice. So thanks a bunch to you. I appreciate you inviting me back every time you're hosting this event. But afterwards, they always host board gaming afterwards, and one of these times, I think I'm just going to have to rent a hotel, stay there the night, do something like that, because I always want to hang out and play, but I always got something comes up. Like, again, I think the last 2 times, it was Minnesota United. You know, I got to watch my squad, Minnesota United. I got the season tickets, and they were playing, so I couldn't stay. But next time, come on, Minnesota United. Let's be on a different weekend so I can hang out. All right, but enough of my yammering. Thank you so much for listening to my rants. I'm looking forward to playing these new games that I got, and let me know, have you been to any swap meets? What are the local swap meets by you guys? Are they more done at breweries like around here or other places? And what are some of the best pickups you've gotten? Let me know. I'm interested. I always like to see what people got. Again, that $5 Hero Quest. That's got to be one of the best pickups I've ever seen. Anyway, this is Coach Troy. I'll see y'all next time.